You are
Okay.
free.
All right, fantastic. So, good evening, guys, and welcome to this session. Adewale Olabamiji, and also I'm the team lead of the Sanguine Academy, and
Okay.
I have some of my team guys around. Good evening, Kinde, Fabwade, good evening, Badmos, good evening. Where's the do at the house? Oh yeah, Madam Tululokwe, Tululokwe, good evening, how are you? The Father J.
Mr. Fadi.
Yeah,
Yes.
Mr. Fadi, yeah. It's nice having you around. Where's again?
Yeah.
Zico, it's nice having you around. Thank you so much. So where's again do I see? I can see 10 people, we have 10 participants. Please, if you are not talking, please mute your microphone. Zico, can you do that for me? Please run that for me, ASAP. Yeah. Oladapo, Olayinka, welcome on board. Oladini, welcome on board. Sorry, I don't want to massacre your name. Faith Ilamusi, am I right? You're welcome on board. Where's again? Johnny S11 Light, welcome on board. Yeah, it's nice having you, and I think we are good to go with this population we have in the house. So once again, I'm Adewale Olabamiji. I'm a postgraduate student of University of Derby, United Kingdom, accounting and finance, and I'm also a team lead of the Sanguine Academy. So basically, what we'll just actually be talking on today is how to seek admission in the UK. Permit me to share my screen. I have less than 4 minutes to finish this session. 4 minutes. I was only given a limited time to talk. Seeking admission, seeking a postgraduate admission abroad. So basically, I have some of my guys in the house, or let me say that my senior colleagues in the house who are well experienced than I do, and they will be the one to actually man the microphone tonight. Yeah, it's very easy. All we just want to tell you is how to seek a postgraduate, undergraduate admission as well. And our focus, our case study this time around is the Czech Republic. We want to look into the Central Europe. So we'll be focusing on Czech Republic and the neighboring countries around there. So I would like us to just pay a total attention. And then for some of you that have been sending me various chats into my DM, do they do this course? Do they do that one? This is the time for you to explore your opportunities. We have the consultant in the room, and then we have our senior partner who is also a colleague of the academy in the house. So permit me to introduce you to the microphone. We have our scholar. Yeah, we call her scholar. Somebody on both masters and PhD scholarship. It's not easy. So we have Tululokwe Aremu in the house. The Tululokwe Aremu is an agriculturist par excellence. Yeah, or let me call her a soilless farmer. Yeah, a soilless farmer. So we both work in the same company together, and then she's a boss. Presently, she's the international operation manager for GIC Farm Concept, woman abroad, and she also works with Amazon. Tululokwe is a PhD student of I don't know the name of your school, but I know that she's a PhD student in one university in Czech Republic, and that's where she resides. And also, our consultant is Mr. I don't know why I forget his name. Sir? Mr. Odunuga, right? You see the Odunuga?
Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson is a consultant, especially to European universities. So specifically, he has a network in our focus case study, which is Czech Republic, that we're actually considering today. So you are welcome. We are happy having you around, Mr. Johnson. We are happy to have you around Tululokwe. And thank you so much. So you guys, in the next 30 minutes, let me say the next 15 minutes, Tulu will engage us, then Mr. Johnson will engage us in the subsequent 15 minutes. Then we'll now give the last 20 minutes for question and answer. This meeting is just 1 hour, I think so. Is it an hour? Zico, am I right?
Yes, sir, you're right. It's an hour.
Right? So yes. That means really have, and our guests are quite busy, so we won't take their luxury of time. So in the next 15 minutes, we open the floor, followed by Mr. Johnson, 15 minutes each. So by 6:40, Then we go to question and answer, where you have time to ask your questions, and then they'll be available to provide the answer. So my
actually,
time is.
now, what do you want to do first?
Which time? Zico, please control that microphone, please. Thank you so much. So, over to you, Tolulope. My session is up. So thank you so much. And let's have Tolulope on board. Cheers, guy.
Okay, thank you very much, Wale.
Do you want to share your screen?
No, I don't have anything to share, but you can take off your bold letters off my face.
That's fine.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to appreciate Wale for the initiative and for being cooperative enough to have this platform. And secondly, I would like to employ us, if it's possible, to show ourselves the camera. There will be more synergy instead of, I know we all have beautiful pictures to show, but the synergy will be quite well if we can show your face. Let's see each other. Probably someone is just not smiling. Maybe you're just sad. Nobody is sad, but I would like to see everybody's face. I want that synergy, please. Thank you. If you are not showing your face, I will remove you from the group. Don't mind me, I'm just kidding. But just try to show your face. I know some people might be busy right now, but if it's possible, just show your face. We'll like it. So it's a very good opportunity to be here and to share. Desire, do you have something to say? You are raising your hand. Okay, so it's nice to have this set of people here this evening to share our experiences. You know, there's something I used to say that we go further in life when we are able to see the shoulders of those that have gone ahead of us. Do you understand? So, and there's no crime when you have opportunity to help others and you are holding it to yourself. It will do you no good. So the best we can do for ourselves, and even considering the situation of what things are becoming in Nigeria, is to help each other by rising. And with our own little way, with our own little quota, we can contribute. So we don't know it all. It's just to share experiences. And I'm very sure it will all end well for every one of us in Jesus' name. Sorry for any Muslim that is there, I'm sorry. So to start with, I would want everyone to introduce him or herself, where you joined from, and if it's possible, just drop a chat in the chat room, your course of study. It will also help our facilitator to address every issue. And I'll also employ us that if you have any question, I would not want anyone to interrupt the session. Do you understand? If you have any question, it's either you drop it in the chat box or you pen it down. So when it's time for question and answer, we'll address everything perfectly. We are here for you. So let me start from Oladini. Can you introduce yourself and what you're doing presently, and a bit of your passion and your course of study? I'll try as much as possible to pen it down from here. Thank you. So you can unmute yourself and talk. Oladini, right? You're a female. I'm looking at you. Yeah. Thank you.
Good evening or good day. I don't know what time it is where you are.
We are just 1 hour ahead, so it's 7:13 over here.
Okay. So good evening, everyone. My name is Aladin. I'm a recent graduate of the University of Ibadan. I said I coach economics, but I am thinking of I've decided to switch from my culture to finance and accounting. So I started ICANN a while ago, and I'm currently serving.
Right.
That's all.
Thank you very much. Can we have Kende Fabuade? Kende Fabuade. You ran away. Are you serious? Okay, can we have Okipo Fates? Okipo Fates, are you with us? Okay. Can we have Gioni X11? Can we have Badmos?
Tolu, do you want to check your chat? Some people drop message there. Check the
Yeah,
chat.
I've noted it. I've noted it already. It's just one person that dropped the chats. I've noted that already.
And you can read it out so that you will know that you've actually seen a chat.
Yeah, Femi is in Ogun State. Is in Ogun State. He studied agricultural extension and rural development. He's a farmer. But he couldn't talk right now because he's in transit. Yeah, that's the only person. And please, are we sure we are here for this meeting? No one is, it's not been interactive enough like I expected. I've been calling different people and I'm not getting any response from anyone. We are not here to waste time. We are here for a purpose. Please, Okipo Fates. Can you talk? If you can't talk, can you drop a chat? Oladapo Olayinka. Can you unmute yourself?
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. Welcome.
I'm Oladapo Olayinka, based in Nigeria. I studied chemistry in HND level, and I work as a baker presently, and also a fashion designer.
Okay. Very much. Okay. So currently 7. Okay, we have some chats here. Badmos studied accounting, HND in accounting, joining from Kogi State. Okay. And Fates is currently serving, finished from UI. You didn't tell me your course of study, so that we'll know. And Kende accounting. So Olufumilayo from Germany, studied food science. Okay. Why I'm trying to do this is not just because I want to waste the time, but just because for us to have a focus. There's no point just trying to talk and nobody has value for this time we have tried to invest in. So why I'm trying to do this is to get a balance of whatever we'll be trashing or we'll be talking about, so that we won't be talking off points. So that's more reason why I'm trying to get this information from everyone, because I could see a lot of accounting, HND. There's a reason for me asking all of these questions, so that our facilitator can know where to hit the nail on the head, where to address. Right now, it's only one person I could see that is eligible to join me in my school. Okay, sorry, I'm Aremuto Lokwe, pardon my manners. I'm Aremuto Lokwe. I finished from Federal University of Agriculture, my first degree, and my second degree too from Federal University of Agriculture, Animal Science. And coming here to Czech Republic, I put in for another master's degree because it wasn't quite easy for me to apply for a PhD studies in Czech Republic. So what I did, instead of wasting the time in Nigeria, I tried to apply for another master's to get me into the system, and whereby I would be able to interact with different supervisors to show my interest in whatever I want to do. And I started my master's with Czech Republic 2020 online. Then I got to Czech Republic February last year. February 22nd last year. So it's a year and few months thereabouts that I've been in Czech Republic, and it has been awesome and wonderful, I can tell you that. So after my first year of master's, I was able to show my interest to my supervisor, and I gave her my first proposal. That's my chapter 1 to 3. And proudly to say, I blew her mind with what I wrote. And she, by herself, she was able to tell me that, okay, this is beyond master's level. Can you apply for PhD? So I applied for PhD even while I was doing my master's here in Czech Republic. Then I was given the admission. Between maybe from 10 of us, I was among the first 4 that my name came out for the admission. And by October, I'll be starting with my PhD. But what brought me here initially was my master's studies. But now I left it, I switched to PhD. I don't know if anyone here that has not introduced him or herself will have similar experience. So you know the person you can easily go to meet to put you through. So that's the major reason why we are having this kind of meeting, and to help you. Journeying in life alone can be tedious and be tiring sometimes, but if you are able to see people that have gone ahead of you, that have gone through the path already, it will be less easier and it will be less stressful. That is why we are here today. Do you understand? And I believe that this purpose of this meeting would be fulfilled with every one of us. So I'm glad to have you all here. And whatever question you have, like I've said, just try and pen it down. So right now, do I still have anything to touch down? Okay, another thing I would like to prepare our mind about is, okay, after the end of this meeting, you might get to be thinking, okay, how do I get this a lot of money to package all this traveling and all of that? I will try and employers, fine, it's good to plan, but at the same time, too much analysis sometimes can lead to paralysis. If you try to analyze a lot of time, okay, I need this, I need this, I need that, it can weigh you down that you might not even be able to start at all. So what I did when I started mine was I just focused on starting, on taking the first step. Like, okay, let me just start and see how this thing goes. Even if I'm going to stop in the middle, of which I'm very determined that, okay, I'm not going to stop in the middle. I know the step I've taken to start, I will have the strength that will pull me through to end it, and it's ended well. So I didn't try. My facilitator is here that can witness to it, how I started doggedly, and I was being resilient enough. I didn't even, then back in Nigeria, I wasn't earning too much that would help me to say, okay, I have millions in my accounts that will help me to come to this place. I was just doing it as it's coming. I have one of my colleague here too that can testify to that. So it is not hidden. It's just a process of starting. Just take the bold step and everything will fall in place. And with prayers too. I remember a particular time when he called me that, okay, Tolu, can we do a fasting and prayer? I know he'll be smiling right now. He said, can we do fasting and prayer? I said, why not? I'm here for it. So with prayers and taking the necessary steps in life, we'll all achieve whatever thing we want to achieve. Just be focused and be determined, and always be positive with whatever you want to do. And I pray that God will make manifest everything, every of our desires in the mighty name of Jesus. Sorry, I'm not Mommy Gio, but we love prayers. My friend is here too. So let me hand over to Mr. Johnson. It would take us through the process, how it can you can use me as a case study, Mr. Johnson. I am a product of him. Okay, let me tell you something about him. Mr. Johnson, he named himself Father J. Before I could get this opportunity, I met the wrong person. I met a wrong agent that I thought would easily help me with this traveling of a thing. But at the end of the day, I'm sorry to say this, but he ended up, I was sharing this with Wale yesterday when I was telling him about Mr. Johnson, how legitimate he is. So I shared my rough experience with another agent with him that, okay, he wanted to help me with processing USA, but at the end of the day, what he did was not so professional enough. But he ended up in Elewero, that's police station in Abeokuta. I'm sorry, because it wasn't too professional for him to do. So when I met with Mr. Johnson, I tried to empty my cup and to have a total, I didn't want to have a pre-informed mind about how these agents are. If you've not tested what is is not sweet, you won't know how sweet some things can be. It's only when you've tasted something that is bitter, you know that, okay, there are some things that could be sweeter. So there are two ways to life, where you can taste the negative side and also the positive side. So when I met with Mr. Johnson, I was like, okay, these are the experiences I've had with agents. I hope you are different. And why I could easily hire an agent for my process. I know some of you are good, you are smart, you can do it on your own, but a lot of us aside also, you have some other things that is bringing in money. And I believe in the school of what we call leveraging. I leverage a lot. What I know that can be easily done by other people, instead of wasting my time doing it, and I can easily focus on some other things that can easily bring in money for me, I would have to leave those things for those people that are expertise in it. So that's what I did in trying to get an agent. So I was able to focus on my work and some other side things I'm doing. So you can also say, okay, you don't need anybody to help you, fine. That's why we want to have this meeting instead of, okay, we created this group, I think last week, if I'm not mistaken, Wale, we created this group last week. And instead of pushing out a lot of information, I had to tell Wale that, okay, let us have this meeting. So we have to see about the serious ones and the unserious ones. There's a lot of energy and a lot of time that I want to put into this thing. So there's no point trying to pack everybody together, dishing out information, and at the end of the day, it's become futile. So I don't want that. That is why I want us to have this meeting and you be orientated on what are the necessary things to do. Do you understand? Thank you very much. So I got to meet Mr. Johnson and I shared my personal life experience with him, what I'm capable of, what I'm doing, my present situation. So it was very easy for him to. The funny thing is, he helped me got 5 schools. I got admission in France, in Hungary. I think we tried China too. If I'm wrong, you can. We got one in Norway too. We tried 5 places. That is how determined I am. So at the end of the day, I ended up in Czech Republic. I tried to weigh it to know which one is best for me. But I tried 5 places and I paid admission fee for the 5 places. That's the thing. I paid admission. So if at the end of the day you are able to fine-tune yourself that, okay, I'm ready for this journey, and I'll be handing you over to Mr. Johnson. It will tell you the nitty-gritty of everything, the processing, the ops. You are already eating Johnson's time. I'm sorry. So, okay, let me hand you over to Mr. Johnson. It will take over. And I know Mr. Johnson talks very well. So, Mr. Johnson, the floor is open for you. You can take charge. They said I'm talking too much.
Okay. Okay. Oh, no. No, you are not talking too much. You're only sharing your life experiences, which I think can motivate others. That's the essence of where you are. You know, if you cannot motivate them and encourage them, where are you where you are? So your own personal experience should motivate others. You are not talking too much. I will even say the 1 hour is not enough because we have a lot of things to talk about. You understand? So thank you for the time and then
sorry about that. Mr. Johnson, sorry. The reason why we just make it at 1 hour is because of your schedule and Tolu's schedule, and we don't know the availability of our audience, so that we'll not keep them born in the house. But if they are willing to spend more than an hour in the forum, of course, we are magnanimous enough to welcome them on our platform. That's not a problem. Yeah, thank you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Yes, we can.
So, thank you, Tolu, for your time and your efforts and everything. So, at a short notice, you told me about this meeting. I said, okay, no problem. Anything that has to do with things like this, I always like to be there. Aside the process and everything, there are some things you have to know about studying abroad. Like she said, it's not about the money. It's all about the determination and the passion. Next few years, like the process might not be easy. It wasn't as if she had all the money, you understand, but she was determined. And to God be the glory, she has stepped forward and she's moving forward. So like we all know, Canada, US, and some other countries are expensive. So a typical average Nigerian family, going by this economic situation, cannot afford to study in all those places. And the state of the country, the way things are in Nigeria, even our level of our educational system is not making us to be job creators. You understand? So there is always the desire by young people to study abroad. So when you look at all these countries, okay, there are some countries in Europe that you can study without even having to break the bank, without having to have a lot of money in your account. All you just need to do is to take the first step, start the process, be determined. There will be a lot of obstacles. But if you are determined that, okay, this is why I'm seeing myself. If I cannot go to Canada to study based on the finances, based on the a lot of money that is involved, if I cannot study in US, aside there, even the tuition fee and other, even the visa process is a bit tedious and it's not guaranteed. You understand? Then we have to look for where there is quality of education with a very low tuition fee. Even how do I call it? The cost of living, where the cost of living can be affordable. That is why we started looking at Central Europe. So going by Central Europe, you have to look at some countries that they are viable, that even when you are studying, with the little amount of money you have, you can manage yourself, you can pay your tuition fee by yourself, maybe after you have done some payments in Nigeria, or maybe when you get there, then your sustainability, ability to work and study, all those kind of things have to be factored in. So that is why a country like Czech Republic is becoming attractive to Nigerian students, even to other country international students. It's a country whereby you have students from USA, from Canada, from Australia, from Saudi Arabia, and other countries coming there to school because of quality education at a very affordable price. So that is why places like that are becoming very attractive. So now let me go to the process of the application for Czech universities. Their universities are of quality standards, and they can, any certificate you have in this school, I mean, in this country, can compete favorably with any other certificate from other countries of the world. This is why this is what most people don't know. Most people think about US, Canada, UK, and other places, Australia. And most of them are forgetting there are some other countries in Europe that are very viable economically and very viable in other areas of human endeavors. Until you have the information, this is what I want to share with you. That's the essence of this meeting today. So now back to the point. So the application process and the admission process and application process is unlike all these English-speaking countries, because they have in Europe, like in Nigeria, we use CGPA, which is we all know the meaning of CGPA, cumulative grade point average and whatever. But in Europe, in Central Europe, they use ECTS. That is European Credit Transfer System, which is quite different from the CGPA we are used to in Nigeria. So that is why it's very different. The first thing you have to do, if you are aiming to school in Czech Republic, which I will let you know about, there are some other countries that are also viable and that we can do. But at the same time, you have to look at the visa process and your chances of having the visa. Because aside all the admission process, spending money, and doing this, doing that, you still have the major determinant of whether you are going to step into any foreign country is your ability to procure, to get a visa. That is very, very important. So we look at these countries. We look at their visa success rate, which is very, very important. So those are the factors we consider. The first thing you have to do is what we call legalization and super legalization. Because their system of education is quite different from the one we operate in Nigeria. So definitely there is a process that we have to follow. The first thing, first and foremost, is if you have your certificate, your transcript and your certificate, you have to do the process that we call legalization and super legalization. That legalization is when you send your document to Ministry of Education in Abuja, whereby they will certify that the school you have graduated from is registered school in Nigeria, giving the privilege to offer certificate that can lead to further studies, perhaps master's degree or PhD. So that will be done by the Ministry of Education. Then followed by Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Ministry of Foreign Affairs will certify that the degree you are having qualifies you to further your study in a foreign land. You understand? Then the next step is the Czech embassy. That is where the super legalization will be done. That's the first thing you have to do. This does not preclude you from seeking admission in schools. There are some schools you can start your application with them, but they will tell you if you are meeting all their requirements, they will still tell you that you have to have started the process of your legalization and super legalization in the course of your admission, so that by the time your admission is out, you're already having your documents super legalized. And I told you 2 documents that are very vital that you have to super legalize, which is your transcript and your certificate. Also, let me add this: you have to put your ordinary level result, which qualifies you for your undergraduate studies. That will also be added to it, because at the Ministry of Education, they have to confirm that even the degree, the result that gave you admission to school was genuine. So these 3 documents to see are very, very important. The reason why I said the 2 was that those 2 documents are the one you are going to use for your application. A copy of those documents. Now, when that is done, you start your application in all these schools and see, you look at their requirements. Okay, what are those things they are looking for? So we look at the requirement. There are some schools in Czech that do not require your English language test results. We all know the English language examinations like IELTS and TOEFL. So there are most of their schools, they waive English because they know that you must have been taught in English in your undergraduate years. So that is another thing that is making that place attractive for most Nigerian students. You all know the headache when you go through registering for IELTS or maybe TOEFL. Even if you write this exam, what is the certainty you are going to get the score that will put you in a better place for admission? So the certainty is not there. So most people are looking for ways to bypass these exams. That is one of the advantages that these European universities they offer. So that being said, now you will now start the process of application. You send your document to the university, you pay your application fees, and then you wait for admission results. You wait for the admission result. One peculiar thing in the course of my work for the past 5 years that I've been working as a foreign admission consultant or agent is the fact that accommodation is a very, very important issue you cannot overlook, because it is when you are well settled that you can concentrate on your studies. If your accommodation is giving you problems, like you have been admitted, you get to Czech Republic, you don't have where to lay your head, how do you begin to register for your studies? So I now look at it that all these schools, a place like France, you will get admission, but accommodation is going to give you a very big challenge. They don't have enough accommodation for foreign students. So I'm getting there, and it's part of the requirement for visa application, study visa application, that you will need accommodation certificate aside your admission letter, which might have been granted by the university. So that document is very, very important. This is one area Czech Republic has done so well than other countries that I know of. Even the US, they don't offer you accommodation. You be the one looking for where to stay. But Czech Republic schools have taken into cognizance the fact that international students don't have where to stay. Some of them are getting there for the first time in their entire life. So where do they stay? So they have made provision for anybody that is coming to study in Czech Republic to get a place to lay their heads, which is the accommodation. So that is one area I'm giving them kudos. Because once you're admitted, the next thing is the university will offer you accommodation. They will just ask you to pay a certain amount of money as a deposit, not even the whole money. So it makes it very easier for anybody that is not buoyant enough or that's not financially buoyant to say, okay, I don't have the money, but I can make a deposit that will allow me to get the visa. You understand? That visa, that deposit that you have made, a certificate will be given to you. It's not as if you are paying the whole money of the accommodation. You are not paying all the money. Just a deposit, maybe 1,000 Czech kronas, maybe 2,000 Czech kronas, which can be like maybe 50,000 naira as your deposit, depending on the university, because it's not general. They are not operating a generalized system of education, unlike Nigeria. Each university has their own curriculum and their ways of their guidelines and ways in which they do their things. So now that accommodation area has been settled, which I feel Czech Republic has done so well. Now back to the admission process. After you have done the super legalization and legalization of your documents, there are some schools, they can offer you admission without you finishing. Hey, sorry, let me go back. There is a process we call notification. Notification of your certificate. They call it notification or recognition of certificates. You know, due to the fact that their system of education is quite different from Nigeria's system of education. So you have to notify. That means they call it recognition. After you have done your legalization and super legalization, then your documents will be sent to the school for notification, which is recognition of that certificate. What that means is that you are looking at your certificate that you have brought from Nigeria, and they have compared it with that of Czech Republic, and they can boldly tell you that the qualification is the same. Having checked all the courses you have registered, all the courses you have done, and your CGPA, they will now know that the certificate is now the same with that of Czech Republic. So that gives you opportunity to enroll as a student. Two things that recognition will do for you. The first one is it will give you the opportunity to enroll as an international student in your university. Two, that certificate can also enable you to look for job, because we all know studying abroad is not easy when the finances are not there. So having struggled to pay your tuition fee, to pay flight, health insurance fee, all those kind of money, now you are in Czech Republic. So you need money to sustain yourself. So that certificate will give you the opportunity to get a job. So two things that certificate recognition will do for you. Without that recognition of your certificate, you cannot register as a foreign student. You cannot register. So no matter what you have done, you will not be able to enroll as a student. Now, the universities, there are some universities, they will tell you, oh, we can give you admission without your certificate getting to us, but on one condition, that before you can register for your studies, that certificate you will be able to present that certificate. That is certificate of recognition, and it is done in Czech Republic, not in Nigeria. I think there is a particular fee associated with it, which is 3,000 Czech kronas. If you are doing that in Nigeria, that can be like 75,000 naira, Nigerian naira, 75,000. Well, at the black market rate. It's quite unfortunate that you can't get the normal official rate, because we all know the way. So the best way to go about it is to get the black market, where someone over there pays the money into the account of the university, and the person can give you his or her rate. Then that will be settled. So that recognition is very, very important. It's the first thing you have to consider. There are some universities that will tell you, without that recognition, your admission letter will not be issued. That means you will not be admitted until they see the recognition of your certificate. So they don't, like I said earlier, they don't operate a generalized system of admission or generalized system of programs. What I'm saying is, what that means is that each university sets its own standard. So you can go to University A. University A will tell you, hey, give us your recognition certificate before you offer your admission. Hey, University B will say, hey, don't give us. We can give you admission with the condition that before you enroll for studies, you will give us that certificate. You understand? So that is that about the admission process. Now we have to go back to the visa application process. The admission, after you have applied, like Tolu said, in our own case, we explored up to 5 universities in different countries. We're looking at where we could get the best opportunity for her. But fortunately for us, We got it at Czech University of Life Science, one of the best universities of agriculture in Central Europe, even in the whole of Europe. So it is imperative that you look at the issue of your visa application process, because this process involves a lot of money. Because the super legalization in Abuja, Ministry of Education, that alone will take like 75,000 naira from you. That is if you are hiring us, or maybe or someone can do it on your behalf. But if you don't know anybody in Abuja and you are going there to do it yourself, you have to factor the cost of your transportation, lodging, the hotel, doing this and doing that. So that would be more than 75,000, like I said. So, but if someone like us, we're handling it for you, we can send it to Abuja. We offer a connection and the link that can make the process easier and faster, because we know the link. Just send it to them. They have the documents. They go through it. From there, they take it to Ministry of Foreign Affairs. From foreign to education, education to Czech Embassy for the final super legalization. So now, but if you have been offered admission, you have been given accommodation certificates, which are two most important documents in the visa application process. I've left the admission process now. I'm not talking about the visa application process, because without the visa, all your effort and your money will amount to nothing. So that is why the visa application process is very, very important, and we don't joke with it. Now, when you have these documents, your admission letter, you have your accommodation certificate, then another vital document is the proof of funds. Sorry. So another vital document is your proof of funds. They want to know that you have the money to sustain yourself while you are studying. They want to know you have the money. So that proof of fund is very important. And then good enough, Czech Embassy's requirement for proof of fund is not that high. If you have 4 million naira, 3 million naira, 4 million naira, 5 million naira, depending on your tuition fee and your accommodation certificate, depending on these two factors. Because there are some schools, like Czech University of Life Sciences, the tuition fees are very affordable. They are not that much, but it's very competitive. Czech University of Life Sciences is very competitive because of these tuition fee opportunities. So when you have all these documents, then you have to talk about, like I said, the proof of funds. You need to have a certain amount of money in your proof of fund, which is very, very important before your visa can be issued. If all these documents are properly arranged, then another thing is your police character, police certificate. This is police character certificate. Police character certificate is also very important. And another thing is your medical certificate. That's medical certificate of fitness. Nobody wants somebody to come into a foreign land and you go and collapse, or maybe your health is not that sound. So all those kind of things have to be factored in visa application process. So when you have those documents, and then the next thing is for you to approve the visa, the consular for submission of your documents. The process takes like maybe 6 to 7 weeks. Sometimes now it's like 2 to 2.5 months before you can have your visa. That is why it's always good to plan ahead, because the best thing that can happen to you as an international student is to have everything settled before the resumption of your school. And most times there are two times they admit in a year. We have fall admission, which is August, September. We also have spring admission, which is January, February. So if you are not going by August, September, then you can go by January, February. So those are the two periods they admit in Czech Republic. If I'll tell you this, not all universities can admit in the spring, but virtually all universities admit in the fall, which is August, September. They admit at that time. So when you file your application, then you wait for the visa decision. In the course of doing that, Another thing that I have to add is your reference. That has to do with the admission in the school. The reference letter, the letter of recommendation. Good for you if you are working, if you have a job in Nigeria, it's a plus for you in the visa application process. It's a plus. Because no embassy wants somebody that is not doing anything. And let me quickly add this. The essence of master's degree is majorly for career advancement. That means you're already doing something and you want to know more about that thing you are doing. We had, in Tolu's case, the process was seamless in the visa application process. It was seamless because she was already doing something pertaining to where she wanted to do a master's degree. Oh, she has already told you her stories, how she wanted to go for a PhD, and we professionally advised her that getting a PhD might be difficult at the first instance in Nigeria, but get into the process, get into the system. It's easier for you. By then, you'll be having interaction with lecturers, your professors, all sorts of people. It can be easier for you to put in for your PhD, having been in the system. So what I'm saying in essence is that the process for her was seamless. Is then that she was already working, and the master she was going for was in line with her career. So it made the visa process easier. So that's one of those things we consider as an educational consultant. We consider that a lot so that you can have a seamless visa application process. And I will now tell you that among the countries in Europe now that we know of, Czech is doing well. Czech is doing well in terms of your work and study program and other things. Also, let me quickly put this one. There is a program that university do. They call it study mode. Study mode. So the study mode has a lot of benefits. If you are able to do your super legalization and notification on time and you have the certificate, it's easier for the university to put you in the study mode. It's a very competitive program. What that program does is that, one, you can easily get your visa date. You can easily get a visa date because that's a serious challenge now, getting a visa date. But with the study mode, you can get a visa date on time because the university will be the one that will book the date for you via their relationship with their embassy in Nigeria. They will just send to them that, okay, that they want you to appear for the visa interview, and then you can apply. So sorry for taking your time because I know there's still time for questions. I will just round up everything. So what you need to do, I've explained the process you need to go through for you. That's very, very vital. If you are being put on that study mode, your visa can come out within 2 to 3 weeks. I've had a client that the visa came out in 2 weeks, just 2 weeks, just because you were able to get that study mode for her. And she was able to prepare for her next Czech Republic on time because she had that visa. So that is that you need to know. Most of their tuition fees are affordable. They are very affordable, some in the range of 2,000 euros, some in the range of 1,500 euros, some in the range of 1,000 euros. And you know 1,000 euros is like 4,000 naira. So that means you can have your tuition fee per year. I'm not talking for per semester. A whole year tuition fee of 450,000 naira. A whole year, 450,000 naira. So it depends on the university and your program. People in the health sciences, medicine, nursing, all those areas tend to pay more tuition fees, or like people in the agri or maybe in the technology. The people that also pay more are the people in the finance area, like business administration, MBA, economics and finance, business and economics, all those commercial areas. They also have their tuition fee being a bit on the high side compared to people in the agriculture or engineering. So because of our time, so I'll be leaving it at that so that I can have little time to take questions. So thank you.
Oh, that's a very
awesome.
wonderful moment.
Can we drop your emojis in the chats to appreciate our facilitator? Thank you very much, Mr. Johnson. That was awesome. I appreciate. You guys are not dropping anything. Welcome. Drop your.
Welcome.
All right, thank you so much.
Is it because we didn't ask you to pay?
Yeah,
Don't worry, totally don't worry. They really appreciate. We actually appreciate Father J for being our guest, and you've actually given us a lot of insight
because of the time. Yes.
Yeah, because of the time factor.
Sorry,
Before we go to question and answer session, which I will be coordinating, and then of course Tolu Lope and Father J will be giving answer to that. I will just be reading the question. Just be dropping your question in the chat. So once again, Tolu Lope and Remu, and then Father J will do that. But before we go to that session, we have another learning sick in the house who has also been into he has been to Czech Republic before moving to France. Yeah, he's a member of the TSN Academy. He's our own scholar, an Erasmus scholar. Permit me to invite Nehemiah Ayobami Iremiye, who won a fully sponsored scholarship via Erasmus. He has been to Czech Republic too. So just give us an insight in less than 5 minutes on how Czech Republic was before you transcend to France. So, and then in 5 minutes, please. Then after that, we'll go to question and answer, and our guest speakers, Tolu and Father J, will be responsible for that. Nehemiah, can we have you on board, please, in 5 minutes? Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sanguine. Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. It's a privilege to be on board. And I must say, I just want to say, like, well done to Sajay, because he really gave an insightful session. When I came in, like, he was giving a lot of stuff. And I was thinking, if I had an opportunity to kind of come for this kind of webinar, maybe my administrative process into Czech Republic would have been easier. So I just want you guys to understand the fact that you guys are getting the best out of the best, because I can imagine Sajay within a few minutes kind of give you more like comprehensive summary of what it takes to enter into Czech Republic. So it's an insightful session. Well, currently I'm in Czech Republic now.
Wow.
Currently now I'm in Czech Republic. I'm in Olomouc, like just 3 hours away from Prague. And I'm going to tell you guys the reason, actually. Well, as an Erasmus scholar, I've always had the opportunity to go to different European countries. But after my semester in France, I had to come back to Czech Republic because of the low cost of living. Like, the cost of living in Czech Republic is relatively easier for students. So for my summer holiday, I just decided that, okay, the little money I have, I'll just save it, come back to Czech Republic and be managing my life and enjoying my life to the fullest. So currently I'm in Czech Republic. And also one more thing about Czech Republic is the fact that, like, apart from the low cost of living, is the fact that they have more like international students are a lot in Czech Republic. Like, Like, if you're in Prague, which happens to be the capital city, like, we hear them speak a lot of English, like interactions, the Asians, Canadians, Australians, Africans, a lot of Africans. I've met people from Nigeria. I've met a lot of people in Czech Republic. So it's more like a destination for international students, most especially when it comes to Central Europe. Czech Republic is one of the destinations for international students. And basically, like, if you come to Czech Republic, beautiful places to visit, good weather, good people, security is kind of guaranteed. Sometimes it's kind of travel very late at night, so security is guaranteed. What else again? It's really a kind of beautiful place for you to study, because the schools in Czech Republic are one of the top-rated schools, especially when you're considering something like Charles University of Life Sciences in Prague. The school is very, very competitive. And imagine having a certificate from such kind of school. I tell you, you're going to be one of the best in the world. So because of my time, actually, I'm just kind of just tell you guys the fact that, like, whatever I get from this session is more like a rare gem, more like a gold. So you guys just cherish it and do all your best to get the best out of this session. So I wish you guys all the very best, and thank you so much for having me on board. Sajay, Tolu Lope, thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's just that you didn't show us your face. Probably we've even jammed at Copland or something. You didn't show me your face.
Nehemiah, do you hear that?
Yeah, okay. But I'm not in Prague. I know.
We can schedule another session.
No problem.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, Nehemiah, for that awesome moment. I know Nehemiah, he always keeps to time. That's one thing I know about him. Fantastic. Guys, now throw in your questions, and Father J and Tolu Alope are here to answer you one after the other. Please throw in your question. Please don't come to my DM. I always say it, I won't answer you. I'm so sorry, it's no pride. So throw in your questions. We are here to attend to whatever thing you want to clarify on. And from there, we'll close this session. Thank you so much. Over to you guys.
Thank you, Wale. I would like to say a few things. As you are dropping your question, I'm getting them already. So we'll pick them one after the other. But I would like to chip in this. While Mr. Johnson was talking, I jotted some things down that could be helpful. Another thing, if we are planning to travel, the thing is, let me burst your bubbles. We are more valuable. These people are not gods. What we have, some of them, they don't have it. Why am I saying this? When I was at the embassy, when I was having my interview, when I was talking, a lot of things I was talking about passionately, the lady was lost. Why? Because she doesn't even have an idea of what I was talking about. So I would employ us that whatever thing we are doing at the moment, be it your handwork, bakery, shoemaking, whatever thing you find yourself doing, just do it very well. This will make way for you when you get there. I have a lot of people over here that some of them, they are not even doing all these other office jobs. They are making hairs for us. I have someone that's relocks my hair. I have a guy here, his name is Cornelius. He's just 22. This guy makes hair for virtually everybody. He got here just last year, November. And I can't count the number of people he's making hair for. Sorry, I have to show you this. This picture right here, it was the one that did the makeup for me. He's also a makeup artist. He also barbs. He does a lot of things. So whatever thing you think you can start doing right now, while you are also processing your visa, please get it done very well. Master it, because those are the things that will be putting food on your table before you get stabilized. And all of these things are not here. And another thing I will also add is try to be enterprising. Whatever knowledge you've not garnered already, try and look for other things you can do that can help you once you get in, before you can settle in very well. I can't start saying that it's immediately you get here, you get job. That's a lie. That's a total lie. You can't get a job immediately. Let me be frank with you. But all these things that you know how to do by yourself can make way for you. A lot of people are here that are not even doing office job. There are some people that are into fashion designing. I have a pastor in my church. He makes suits. He's even the one making suits for our senior pastor. A lot of people, they are selling food stuff, different things you can think about. And you can also start your company here. So they are looking for assets, not liabilities. If you have things you are doing, I bet it with you, you have more access. You have more fast access than people that doesn't have anything upstairs, because they'll be like, okay, this one is just coming here to be a liability on us. But you are able to convince them that, okay, these are the things I'm also doing currently. Don't see me like as if I'm trying to run away from my country. Those are the things I try to let them understand when I was having my interview. See, I'm only coming to your country to add to your company, to add to your country, while at the same time I will be schooling to get knowledge from the school and take it back to my country. So I would advise us passionately, if you don't have anything you are doing currently, try and learn some things. If it's baking, anything, if it's hair making, anything you think you can try and do, if it's barbing, it will make way for you and it will be very helpful. And okay, I think I've said it. So that's just it. That's what I want to add so that I don't forget. Thank you very much. So let me start reading our questions. I would throw the questions more to Mr. Johnson to address because he have more knowledge than me. Me, I'm just starting, you know, wasn't the one that helped me. So let me start from, okay. Kende Faboa, they said, are there fully funded scholarship opportunities in Czech Republic? I can partly address that. In my school, I can't call it a fully funded scholarship. We only have partly funded scholarship. And what do I mean by partly scholarship? It's because the government, anything called agriculture, if you have any agricultural related course you want to study, here in my school, I don't know about any other school in Czech Republic, Mr. Johnson can address that. But for my school, Czech University of Life Science, I will drop the name of my school for you in the chat. You can browse later. In Czech University of Life Science that I'm in right now, it's only schools, it's only courses that are studied in agriculture that are partly funded. The scholarship is not fully funded. It's just like you are meant to pay 1 million for your school fees and you are paying maybe 300,000 naira. Government is taking care of the rest just because it is agricultural course. Do you understand that? But there are other courses, accounting, finance, economics, and other courses. They are not fully funded. You have to pay full tuition fee. And what we spend here is crowns, Czech crowns. I will put it in the chat. So it's only agricultural related courses that are partly funded, not fully funded, and we pay 6,000 Czech crowns. And converting that to naira should be about, I will do demand, maybe about 200,000 thereabouts or 250, I don't know. But it's 6,000 Czech crowns, and government will take care of the rest. It's like 60-40 percentage. You are paying 40% of the school fees, and government will pay 60% of the school fees. So, Mr. Johnson, do you have any other thing to say about this before I move on to the next one?
Okay, yes, the scholarships. It depends. One thing I can say is, even if you are going to get scholarship, your performance in first semester can hand you scholarship. Even it can be a full scholarship, depends on your performance. Because there are some schools, they are looking for brilliant student. I have a guy that made first class from, he's one of my clients. He made first class from this university in Abeokuta, University of Agriculture, Federal University of Agriculture. He has a full funded scholarship, full. That's why, even if you don't have that kind of result in Nigeria, I can say in your first semester, all you need to do is come out with a very brilliant result. I can assure you, by your second semester, you have a scholarship, a full-time scholarship. So all I can say is, if you are not having scholarship before you leave Nigeria, maybe because you made 2-1 or 2-2 or third class or whatever, don't give up. I can tell you that all you need to do is to improve yourself, get in there, your first semester, have good results. Then automatically, you can apply for scholarships. There are a lot of scholarships, European funded scholarship, Erasmus Mundus scholarship, all sorts of scholarships. Even there are some companies that are making scholarships in some of these universities. So all I can say is, get in there, have good results in your first semester, then apply for scholarship. You can have it.
Thank you very much. So the next question is, this is from
Thank you, Tolu. You can take over. I'm done. Yes.
This from Fumilayo. She's asking if it's possible for a family of 3 to go at once. How about if I want to go with my family at once?
Yes, it is possible. At once. That is very possible. In as much as you have enough money in your account that can fund 3 of you or the whole of your family. You know, if only one person wants to go, it's different from when 3 or 4 persons wants to go. The kind of money that will be needed, the proof of funds that will be needed should be able to take care of 3 or 4 persons. So there is no problem. If one of you is admitted, then the other ones can go. One thing I know about the embassies, they don't like separating family. So in as much as you can defend what your spouse will be doing while you are studying, then there is no problem. And another thing, let's assume you have 2 children, which you yourself and your husband, or the husband and the wife, making a family of 4. Now, you cannot take an accommodation inside the university. Even if you are going to take the accommodation inside the university, it has to be like a well-expanded accommodation, like maybe a room, parlor self-contained, or 2 rooms and a parlor, or stuff like that that can accommodate you. So what I can say, the money you will need will just be more. If you are going like a family, the money you will need will be more than if you are going only, if only yourself would be going. So that's just the difference. So you can go with your family, have enough money to take care of everybody's funds. You'll be needing like maybe 10 million and above. Unlike if you are going alone, that you can talk like maybe 3.5, 4 million, 4.2. But with the whole of your family, then you'll be thinking of 10 million and above, which can take care of every one of them that will be going with you. So it is possible. Very, very possible. So it is possible.
Thank you very much
Very
for
possible.
that. I hope we are all learning from each other. If you still have more questions, you can.
So you can go with your family. Yeah, you can go with your family.
So the next question right now is from Oladini. She's asking if it's possible for one to change their major from agriculture to finance. Oh, okay, let me.
Very possible. That's very possible. Okay. Oh, okay. It's very possible. In fact, it is very easy. I've seen people in engineering studying finance. I've seen people in other area, even people in education coming to study business, economics, and finance. So in that kind of situation, all you don't need to do is to put your CV in such a way that your experience is in line with the master's degree you are going for. So it's very, you can, one thing about them, you can shift. They don't care about your undergraduate. In as much as your job experience, on the job experience, the experience you're having on the job that you are doing is in line with the masters you are going for, then you don't have any problem. It's a very easy, smooth. I mean, it's a very easy shift. So nobody is going to, there is flexibility. Nobody is saying because you study engineering in your undergraduate, you must study engineering in your masters. No. You can study engineering in graduate and do finance in your masters. You can study engineering in your undergraduate and go for another course, maybe business, economics, and management. You understand? So it's not compulsory. What you can just do is to tailor your CV in line to be with the masters you are going for. Then with that, you can convince them, I mean, the admission committee, that the admission you are seeking for is for your career's advancement. So with that, it's very easy. There is no problem about it. There is no problem.
Okay,
Thank
you very much for that. And let me just chip in something on that note. They always say that, what's the word for this? Experience is the best teacher, right? I have few people here that where I'm driving at is just that try and know what you are capable of. I'm not saying you should not follow your dream or something, but sometimes a lot of people would want to follow passionately what they want to do, and they don't have the capacity to back it up. And once they get here, it will become very stressful for them, and it might really be tiring for them. I have quite a number of them here that just because they want to study finance, accounting, economics, and the tuition fee is so much that they could not cope, that it really weighs them down. They had to waste a year or two and switch to other cheaper tuition fee courses that they can afford. But if you think you have the ability to pay for any tuition fee and it's in your line of course that you want to do, fine. But if you know what you are capable of, okay, I know how I left house, because it's not as if there's a ready-made job here for you to do that would help you to be paying the tuition fee. Just for one to get stabilized, try and look for courses that would help you, that you know that you can conveniently pay for, that you would not have to stress anyone or stress yourself. Try and look for courses you know that you can conveniently pay for. And later, once you get your grant, you can switch. You can switch at any point in time. But as you are coming in first, if you see that, okay, this tuition fee is too much for me to afford, you can try to switch to a cheaper one. And when you are maybe a year in it, and you realize that, okay, you can now able to pay for a more tuition fee, you can switch to what you initially want to study. I think you can do that too. So there's possibility of switching to whatever you want, to just be able to convince them that, okay, this is why I want to switch, and all of that is very flexible. So thank you. The next question is, what is the cheapest tuition fee? Say a total package, how much a person source for to take care of the whole thing, including tuition? I really don't get this. What is the cheapest? I think the cheapest is just for my school. Do you get it, Mr. Johnson?
I think the person wants to know. Yes, I got it. The person is just trying to know which school has the cheapest tuition fee, and how and which tuition fee. I mean, I don't know how to put it. Which school has the cheapest tuition fee, and then what is the lowest tuition fee one can pay studies in Czech Republic. I think that's what the person is trying to say. So there are a lot of schools that have cheap tuition fees. One of them is Czech University of Life Science. One of them is Mendelu. That is a Mendel University in the Bano. Mendel, you can Google them. Mendel University in Bano. Then Bano University of Technology. Yes, there's one University of Technology in Bano that has low tuition fee. Then Celestial University in Opava has a very low tuition fee too. With 2,000 euros, you are good to go. Then which other school again? There are some other schools like that. I think one university in Olomouc or so. That university too, their tuition fee is not that high. But Charles University in Prague has a very high tuition fee for some courses. 6,000 pounds. I mean 6,000 euros, 8,000 euros. But you can still go to all those places. Czech University of Life Science, Mendel University in Brno. Then Masaryk University, yes, it's also in Brno. Masaryk has a very low tuition fee too. Even Masaryk University in education, master's degree in education, has a tuition fee of 1,500 euros. 1,500 euros per year. So that 1,500 euros should be like maybe 750, 800,000 naira a whole year. So there are some other schools like that. Most schools in Brno are cheap. Most schools in Brno. Brno is just some hours away to Prague. It's also one of their biggest cities. So their tuition fees there are yes,
Mr. Johnson.
Yeah. I call it Brno. Sorry,
Bruno?
It's Bruno. Maybe you're already in Czech. I'm not in Czech, so I don't know the pronunciation. Yes.
Okay,
yes, Bruno.
The next question.
You have been in Czech, so you know the pronunciation. I'm in Nigeria. So I call it Brno.
The next question is from Kelvin. He's asking, how can one push for the study mode? Currently, my document is at the last stage of internal evaluation at Czech University of Life Science.
Evaluation, okay. Of Life Science, okay. And that's fine. One thing about Czech University of Life Science is that there are a lot of people, there are a lot of students there. That study mode has a quota. There is a quota the embassy gives each university. So because there are a lot of students in Czech University of Life Science, a lot of Nigerians that want to study there. So the quota is very small. You know, let's assume they are saying 3 students or 5 students per each university. And in Czech University of Life Sciences alone, you're having like maybe 25 students from Nigeria. So the chances that you'll be picked for the study mode is very small, it's very low. The probability that you'll be taken is small. So when you look at it, even after you do evaluation, I'm not certain that you'll be put in the study mode. Unlike a university like Celestial University, that they don't have a lot of Nigerians going there to study. So easily they can put you in study mode, because in that place, they may not even get up to 5 Nigerian students, unlike Czech University of Life Science. So to me, just put in for it, just tell them that you want them to put it in the study mode and pray and hope that they can put it there. But the chances are very slim. I have to be honest with you, because Czech University of Life Science is competitive. A lot of Nigerians want to study there. So the chances that you be picked is very small. So I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Unlike some years ago, like 3 or 4 years ago, they used to put people in the study mode because Nigerians were not going there to study. So that is it.
Okay. So the next question is, what is the opportunity for HND holder for masters?
Right, I'm done, Tolu.
For masters in finance.
Yeah. Oh, good. I've answered this question and over from clients that have HND and they wanted to go to Czech University for their masters. Yes, it's a very tricky situation, but we can navigate it. You know, the federal government recently said HND and BSc are equivalent, if you have been following the news. So all the person needs to do, if you're an HND holder, you just contact Ministry of Education in Abuja. There is a particular document they will give you. That document says that we see HND and BSc are equivalent, and that with HND, you are permitted to go for further studies. That document will be given to you by Federal Ministry of Education in Abuja. So once you get that document as an HND holder, anytime you are applying or anytime you want to apply to any Czech university, you just need to attach that document to it, that the Federal Ministry has made it known that HND and BSc are equivalent as far as they are concerned. And each of them has every opportunity. Each of the degree, anybody that has any of the degree can proceed for further studies. So once you can get that, I think it's like 25 or 30,000. They get that document in Abuja. Once you can get the document, I think you can apply to any Czech university. Because all they want to know is, even if you're having your BSc, they want to know that that BSc qualifies you for further studies. That's the essence of the recognition. When you now do that, you go through the process that BSc goes through again. After you have already gotten the certificate from the Federal Ministry of Education, you just take it to Federal Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Then after the Ministry of Foreign Affairs put their own stamp on the document and every document you have submitted. Don't forget that you still have to submit your transcript and your certificate of your HND. You must submit those certificates. So when you have the certificate and then the certificate you have gotten from Federal Ministry of Education, telling you that, showing that there is equivalence between BSc and HND, then you go to Czech Embassy for super legalization. Once the Czech Embassy can super legalize, that means they are confirming that the certificates are equal. So that super legalization alone will show their university that you are applying to, that the Czech Embassy has ratified it, has approved it, that you can proceed for further studies. So with that, you can settle that.
Okay.
With that, you can settle the BSc, the HND challenge. So there is no problem with that. Just get in touch with Federal Ministry of Education in Abuja and obtain that certificate.
Okay, thank you very much. This question is concerning the study mode. How can one go about it? Can you please shed more light on it?
I think that question is more of consultancy with Mr. Johnson. So we'll link you up with Father G on that one. Oladini is noted. Thank you.
Thank you. So the next one is, please, according to the explanation Father J gave, if I'm not mistaken, he explained about master's program more. Can you please explain the process and the necessary documents for BSc enrollment? For your BSc is just your WAEC and your... Is Father Johnson saying something?
BSc. And your transcript. Yes, you have to obtain your WAEC result, original WAEC result and certificate. Then you go to your school to collect your result from SS1 to SS3. That is like a transcript. You have to collect it. So that is that will settle it. That's your transcript and your certificate. Then you go through the process of super legalization. The same thing that is for the BSc. When you have your WAEC or NECO, then your result from DSS1 to DSS3, your chemistry, physics, mathematics results, you have to collect it from your secondary school. Then you take it to Ministry of Education in Abuja for affairs, for legalization. Then Czech Embassy for super legalization. Then you can apply for BSc.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Johnson. So
just do the normal application for your BSc, and that is that. So recognition, because they have to recognize that WAEC. After the recognition, they also give you a certificate. That certificate will be used for registration. Yeah. No, I can hear you. Go ahead, please. I can hear you.
Okay, for the BSc, you also need your testimonial. Your testimonial.
Tolu, I can hear you.
Yeah, your testimonial, your WAEC results, and your eligibility of study, and your.
Oh yes, testimonial.
You need your testimonial. So to the next question, how easy is it for one to switch to finance with a different first degree?
I think Father Jane has addressed that initially. He said it's very easy, isn't it?
I've addressed that. I've addressed that.
Okay.
Very easy. Yes, very easy.
Okay. So the next one is
switch.
Which is
I
advice?
have a client that studied petroleum engineering, and he went for his master's degree in business economics and management. Yes.
Okay. Next question, which is advisable? Stating that you are sponsoring yourself or stating that your parents are sponsoring you during the visa interview? Also, can one combine the two? Okay, let me use myself as an example first before Mr. Johnson should talk. When I was doing my own,
yes.
So when I was doing my own, I used I have my own statement of accounts, my proof of fund, because I'm working. And I also used my father as my sponsor, so that the, how will I put it? It would be much easier for me. So I use myself because I'm working, I'm getting salary from a company, and I also use my father so that the chances will be high for me during my interview. But those that doesn't have work or something or personal business you are running, you can use someone as your sponsor, but you just have to have a strong tie with the person. That's okay, this is how this person is with me. And you also put your own personal business statement of account. You can also add it to it. But Mr. Johnson, you can also add some few things to that.
No. You are very right, Tolu. You are very right. It's better when you use a sponsor. You use yourself, because if you are going for masters, like I said earlier, you don't give them impression you are not doing anything. Even nature abhors vacuum. Don't give any consular officer the impression that you are idle in your country. It doesn't make you attractive for visa. So if you are doing that, you can put yourself, have something for yourself. They have a sponsor. If it's your dad or your mom, put either of them as your sponsor. Because the reason is that while you are there, you are convincing the officer that money will not be a challenge, that somebody that is working in Nigeria can be financing you, can be sending money to you. So that settles that. So if peradventure you don't have anybody, like maybe you want to use yourself as your sponsor, then the money, your funds must be very strong. You must have a lot of money in that account to show that you have actually saved, or you actually kept the money for the financing of your education while you are there. You understand? So if your proof of fund, if the money your proof of fund is small for yourself, then you need a sponsor to back it up. But if you don't have a sponsor, then you are using yourself. Ensure that you have a very strong proof of funds. Like maybe you're having like maybe 7-8 million in your account, or starting from 5 million downwards. That can convince them that you have actually saved for your studies, or that you have enough funds to push through your education while you are there.
Okay, thank you very much for that.
So
this one, please, can we have the reasons for this? I missed something.
But let me put it this way: it's better if you have sponsors.
I missed some things when my network was fluctuating. Yes, it's been recorded. We'll share the link for the recording on the group. If you are part of us on the group, we'll share the link with you. So what I mean is, what school has the cheapest fee? Also a total package to run my relocation, including my tuition fee and other processes.
That's on consultancy with Father J.
And another thing I would like to say, there are some unforeseen circumstances. Maybe you want to super legalize your documents. The rate at which I did it might be totally different from what you meet right now. Like then when I did my per document, I was able to super legalize my documents for maybe 500 naira or 1,000. Right now, I don't know how much they will be saying. Things are changing. So the figure I might give you when I did my, you can't use it to gauge what you would want to do right now, considering what is happening in Nigeria. So we might not categorically tell you the total package of how much it would all cost, but at least we'll still spend. But God got our back. We'll be fine. So, dear guests, thank you so much.
There's a question. Go to the last chart. There's a question. The last chart.
Okay. does enrolling for NYSC a necessity or a plus to gain admission? I would say there's nothing like NYSC certificates. I can't even remember where I put my own. I would even say with the situation of things with education in Nigeria right now, if it's possible for you to just keep NYSC, you can do without it. They don't need it. They don't even know it's called NYSC over here.
At all.
It's just a sheer waste of time going for studies.
There's something like that.
You think you have the luxury of time to yourself to waste one year, so be it, you can do it. But if you think this is very necessary, paramount to your life, I would suggest you ignore NYSC. No one will take you for it. But if you want to go and run for
NYSC,
back in Nigeria or for governor, you can do it, because they are asking for an NYSC certificate for governorship election and presidential election. So you can do it. But if you don't have any plans to do any politics or so, please, I would advise you ignore it totally. Immediately after your school, I would even if not for the transcripts and the certificates that you'll be needing, I would advise some of us to just start it right away. Start your processing right away. There's no time to waste. Please ignore NYSC. You don't need it. They don't even know what is being called here. Sometimes when we are talking and we are trying to tell them, when I was in Nigeria for my NYSC, they'll be like, what do you mean? What's NYSC? We will not have a tangible meaning to it. So please ignore it totally. We that we have done it, glory be to God. But if you have not started, please, you can ignore it. It's not necessary. Thank you. For further inquiry, drop a question. Is IELTS or GRE or any other exam required for admission? No. You don't need IELTS, not GRE.
No.
Because your studies are being taught in English back in your school, so they don't need it over here. We don't need all of that. So I think that's all.
Thank you so much. Can we have a round of applause for our guest speakers? Thank you so much, Dr. Tulu. Thank you so much, Father J and the Himaya. Thank you so much for your time.
Welcome.
Sorry, as it concerns Nigeria, please, we don't say that students have, don't misquote our doctor. If you know you want to, if you know you want to stay in Nigeria, you really need NYSC for employment. It is part of mandatory requirements for employment in Nigeria, if you know you want to stay in the country. But beyond the shore of Nigeria, your NYSC certificate becomes irrelevant. Here in the United Kingdom, it's even irrelevant like that. In fact, if not for God's grace, your degree is not even relevant in the United Kingdom. But you have to start doing some courses to upgrade yourself. You understand? So God will help us, and then we'd like to appreciate. Let us all turn our video. Let us at least it has been a very wonderful moment with Father J. Thank you so much. The invitation was very impromptu. It was very impromptu. And Dr. Tulu, thank you so much for your time. So should you guys have any further question, you can just interact on our WhatsApp platform. The session, I'm seeking the consent of everybody present in this meeting that I can share the video link. Isn't? Are we all cool with that? I can share it on our platform. Okay, so I've gotten your consent. Thank you so much. So we will share the link for those that missed out because of the network challenge in the country. I know how Nigeria was when I left, and I can still predict how it is now. It is well. Yeah. So we make the recording available. You guys can have access to it. God bless you so much. So should you now want to proceed for the admission, you want to like somebody asking a very consulting related questions, like how can you do the admission mode? How can you do this one? Yeah, I'm not admission consultant. I am not. Yeah, we are educational and research consultants. That is what I do in my team in the Sanguine Academy. So we'll link you up, and then you can also be under direct mentorship of Dr. Tulu, especially for some of you that wants to go to University of Life Science. Maybe you want to study agriculture related course, agriculture, agronomy, crop protection, environmental biology, and anything related to that. So you can be under direct mentorship of Dr. Tulu. And then for those that want to go to finance, accounting, people like me, that wants to do in accounting and finance, and then yeah, we will also package ourselves with Father J. He will give us insight, and then there are a lot of schools we can always go there. So it's been a very wonderful moment tonight, and I want to say a very big thanks to everybody that made it up to this meeting. And once again, I'm Adewale Olabamiji, live and direct from England, United Kingdom. I'm the team lead of the Sanguine Academy in research and academic.
Thank you, Mr. Wale.
Thank you so much, and do have a wonderful eve. Bye, guys. Cheers. Bye.
Thank you very much,
Cheers.
everyone.
Good night. Goodbye.